It's time. It's time. It's time.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Tune in on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Come join us on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Join us on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Yeah.
What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Yeah. What's going on, y'all? Now y'all already know how we do these things. Y'all know how I go. You know how I go around here, right? You ain't forget, did you? I know you ain't forget. But if you did, for everybody else back there in the back, I see you. Here we go.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Tune in on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Come join us on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Join us on Peachy Time. Peachy Time. Yeah.
Hey, y'all like that? Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Like that? Like that? All right, what's going on? And welcome to Peachy Tea Time, baby. And I really hope you guys enjoy the show tonight. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm gonna need you to go subscribe, please. Because after a while, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, after a while, everything gonna be on YouTube. That's my goal. Okay? My goal is just to be on YouTube and IG. Oh shoot, I forgot about IG. I know they're like, where she at? But yes, that's gonna be the goal, okay? Because I'm trying to do bigger and better things, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get that bread, get that bread. Y'all know how I do. You know how I go. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. Y'all, I have a great show for you all tonight. I'm so glad you came. We do have a special guest all the way from New Orleans, baby. And when I tell y'all, she got that accent. Okay? She got the accent. It's down pat. She got the accent. This young lady used to be one of my neighbors. And when I met her, she was living here in Atlanta. Then she ended up moving back to New Orleans, and she's been there ever since. That was her hometown, and that's where she is. So we're gonna go ahead. Let me get IG up in here and get them going. I know they're gonna be mad. I know they're gonna be mad. Hey, IG babies. I'm sorry I missed the intro again. That was my fault, though. That was my fault. But yes, we are here now. If y'all didn't see everything on Facebook and on IG as far as my weekend, baby, it was lit. Now, I know y'all saw me out there in them streets at the birthday party, acting a little cray, but it's okay because I have fun. Fun. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna introduce this person up. Her name is Kanisha. You guys may see her on my Facebook page as one of my friends as Kay Taylor. So let's go ahead and bring her up because we want the reception to make sure it worked pretty good for us. Okay, she's doing good right now. So here we go. Kay, we can't hear you, Kay. There you go. Now we can hear you, boo. Yes, we can hear you. How are you? Let's start off with that. How are you? I think it's going in and out. Now, okay, there you go. It's going in and out. We met, you guys, me and Kanisha already talked about this. If the reception was not going to go good, she's going to call in, which means I will lose everybody on IG. I do apologize, y'all, but this is important. Y'all know how it gets down. Kanisha, are you there? We heard something.
Yeah, I'm here. You might have to call me, Tennille.
Okay, I can hear you. Can you say
Oh, you
something?
can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great now. Can you hear me? Well, this is what we gonna do, y'all.
I
While we
barely
see.
could hear.
Okay, so she is having difficulties, y'all. She's down there in New Orleans. So what we're gonna do, Kanisha, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this video, which is our talent for the night, and then you can go ahead. You could drop down, and then I'm gonna call you on the phone. Okay?
Just you can call me. I'm gonna end it now, so you can call me.
Okay. I'm she done walked on out, y'all. She got on out. Cause we want to make sure that y'all hear everything. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure y'all hear everything. So while I'm giving her a call, we're gonna go into our talent for the night, which is y'all already know I love me some Jamie Boy. I love me some Jamie Boy. So here he is, here he go. And when we come back, we are going to hear from Kanisha from New Orleans, down there where everything is going on. So here we go.
Honestly, yeah, yeah. Listen. All this Henny got me out of focus. The only thing that's clear is your motive, cause it's late. Girl, I know you can't wait. Know you want this now, so baby, ride my wave. Girl, I miss those lips, I know you missed it. Love it when you slow wine, baby. I get tunnel vision with your hips. I've been looking for a love, and now I can't get enough. I'ma need more than a hit, babe, cause your body just like a drug. So baby, tell me when you want it. Don't be afraid to say how. Baby, tell me when you need it. You know I'ma take it down. Baby, tell me when you want it. Don't be afraid to say how. Baby, tell me when you need it. You know I'ma take it down, yeah. Say my name and say my name when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you if you ain't running games. Say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady lately. Why the sudden change? Say my name, say my name, say my name, say my name. No, when no one is around you, say, baby, I love you, yeah. I've asked about you when they've told me things, but my mind didn't change it. I still feel the same. What's a life with no fun? Please don't be so ashamed. I've had mine, you've had yours. We both know we don't. You need some love, babe. You need some love, babe. Need some love, hey, you can just say my name, yeah. No one is around you. Say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game. Say my name, say you acting kinda lately, yeah.
All right, y'all, and we are back. I definitely apologize for all the technical difficulties that we just had, but like I told y'all, Kanisha, she is in New Orleans right now, so we all know what's going on down there. I do have some clips to show you guys, but while we're able to talk to her and got her on the line right now, I'm gonna go ahead and let her have the floor. Kanisha, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, they can hear you. Now, if you guys are having problems hearing her, please, please, please let me know. And then I can make other arrangements to where that you guys can hear her. Now, Kanisha, girl, first of all, I want you to know that myself and everyone here on Peachy Tea Time, we are all praying for you all. Everyone that's out there, everyone that has been affected by Hurricane Ida. We do know that it was a catastrophe. Number 4. Sorry, y'all. Number 4. So it was bad. They did say that it was worse than Hurricane Katrina, but the effects, being that the levee was brand new, they prepared for this. So from what I saw, it was only one death from what I saw, and that's on the news. But we do have Kanisha on the line. So Kanisha, tell us, start from the beginning. Tell us what happened when, right before the rain started. What was going on?
All right. So, with we've been knowing. Well, I'm gonna say we've been knowing for about a week that the hurricane was coming. But of course, people down here, because they always tell us, "Oh, you need to leave," or "Oh, this." We took it for granted. Same way people did for Katrina. This was a Category 4 hurricane. Actually, by the time it made landfall, it was a Category 5, which is the strongest in history that made landfall. So we began preparing, trying to do. Myself, I did not leave because I couldn't leave. Just because I have a family of 7, that means we would have had to take 2 vehicles. And it just wasn't, and it just wasn't right for us to do that. Not to mention the hotels all across everywhere is price gouging. So a normal hotel room that you would get for maybe $98 to $120, they charge you maybe $200. And so it just wouldn't have became right. Just because we know for a fact that we're going to be looking at maybe a month without power. So I wouldn't have been able to stay in Atlanta for a month or stay in Houston or wherever for a month. Just off of my income and my husband's income. So a few people did evacuate. Well, a lot of people did evacuate. But the people who couldn't, they just didn't. And we were stuck. So everybody did the proper precautions to get water, bread, sandwich meat, cheese, and sausage, and all those things. And then it was at that point we just had to wait. So come time the day of the storm, it was pretty cold. The wind was blowing really bad. It had a light rain, a really light rain. But we thought we was in a storm. Let's just say that.
Okay.
The power went out. Our power went out Saturday morning at close to 10 a.m. We were a few of the first people whose power went out. And once the power went out, we thought we was okay. We was like, okay, the storm not that bad. But little did we know we were in the eye wall of the storm. And the eye is basically the calmest part of the storm. So once the eye passed and dark hit, just so happened, the eye sat over us for over 3 hours, and which is unheard of. And normally it just keeps going, but the storm actually stopped on top of us, and it basically reversed the Mississippi River. So versus putting water into the Mississippi River, it was pulling water out of the Mississippi River.
Wow.
And so as it made it stronger, then I'm gonna say once it got dark, that's when the storm began to move. Once it moved, that's when we were on the right side, which is the roughest side of the storm. At that point, that's when we experienced 150, 160 mile per hour wind. That's when tractor trailers were flipping over. That's when houses were looking as if they exploded, but it actually was just the wind that blew the house down. Basically, like the story you heard as a child, Three Bears, like he huffed and puffed and blew the house down.
Exactly.
Roofs were being ripped clean off, and people, then the water started to rise. Myself, I have a vehicle. My truck is lifted at least 4 inches. My husband's truck is lifted at least 8 inches. And within 30, 45 minutes, an 8-inch lift truck was almost, water was almost to the top of his tires. So then he had to move his car. So then, of course, when people had the water started getting in their homes, family and friends that I knew had to go to the attic. And once they were in the attic, they just had to wait. Down here, the EMS and everybody just basically stopped running until the wind subsides. So there's this group called the Cajun Navy. The Cajun Navy, they're basically a whole bunch of Cajuns. They have boats, and they went around from town to town rescuing people. And so basically, as of this morning, I'm going to say, 7, 8 o'clock this morning, we were finally able to leave out the houses and assess the damages. But the damages, I mean, it's horrendous. Like, it's very traumatizing seeing this. It's worse than Katrina. Like, Katrina was bad, but this is more so, you can see a house and you think that the house is okay. You just see a tree on it, and then you walk in the inside the house and the whole inside of their house has collapsed.
Wow.
So
now we do have some more people that just joined in. So for the ones that just joined in, I am talking to a friend of mine. Her name is Kanisha Taylor. She is a resident in New Orleans, and you're on the outskirts, correct?
Yeah, I'm on the outskirts. So basically, for people who are used to Atlanta, basically, if you look at Atlanta and then say Stone Mountain, that's how I am. So the Stone Mountain to New Orleans, I'm literally like 20 minutes away from New Orleans. New Orleans really didn't have too much damage as the outskirts did, because we were in the direct path of the storm. Basically, New Orleans was on the outskirts of the storm this time versus in the direct path of the storm.
Okay. Now I do have, for everyone that's just joining in, I do have Kanisha's Cash App up for those that would like to donate. Anything will help. You know what I'm saying? Anything. $1, $5, $10, $15, $20. Anything can help. She has a family of 7. She right now is in the house with your mom, correct?
Yeah, I mean, in the house, my brother, his wife, and his son, and myself and my family of 7 is in my mom's home right now, because she has a generator. For those who are not familiar with a generator basically powers the one room of the house. So we're all basically crammed into her living room, and we have the air-conditioned winter unit hooked up to her generator, and then also the refrigerator is hooked up so we don't necessarily lose food. I'm not home right now. I left away from home so I can get service because all of the cell towers are down. I'm actually at the nearest gas station that has gas. The line is literally maybe a mile long of people waiting at this one gas station because this is the only gas station that has gas. The nearest after this one is maybe 4 hours away that has gas.
Wow. Now, I asked you earlier, was you afraid? Was you scared when all of this was going on?
I'm not going to say I was scared. I was more so concerned of the aftermath. So it was like, it wasn't scared, it was my anxiety with that, because I didn't know what I was going to go home to, because like I said, we were at my mom's, so I didn't know what I was going to go home to. I didn't know about my elderly relatives. I didn't know how they were going to be. I didn't know if a tree was going to snap. So it was more so my anxiety. I wasn't scared. Because we literally looked out the window and was looking at the stuff fly past. We're looking at people's roofs fly past my mama's window. We're looking at garbage cans and things of that nature. But like I said, it was more so my anxiety was at an all-time high, just because I knew that this was not going to end well. We didn't have phone service. So we wasn't able to reach out to people. And then when we did catch a little bit of internet, of course, the first thing you do is you get on Facebook, and I'm seeing my friends, I'm seeing their parents, I'm seeing their children, on Facebook crying out for help because they're stuck in the attic or the water is rising. I do have a friend who went into labor in her attic, and things of that nature. So it was really traumatic. It was really traumatic, and it's something that's going to stick with myself and my kids for a long time.
Exactly. Kanisha, if you have time, I'm gonna play this clip right quick, and then we're gonna come back and talk to you just a little bit more.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, here we go, y'all. We got one clip that we're finna play. This is the night of, which was last night, because that's when everything just went crazy. So this is what happened last night. Here we go.
Ida is not finished with the Big Easy just yet. The rain and wind still a big problem there tonight. Take a look at this. The NBC station in New Orleans posting video of a flooded home in Laplace. People in that area asking for rescues via social media tonight. Our crews have been reporting from the New Orleans area all day on click2houston.com. Our Brandon Walker taking a deserved break. He'll report for you live tomorrow morning on KPRC 2 News Today. But our Robert Arnold's still out in the storm tonight. He is live from New Orleans with a look at the conditions now and some of what he's seen throughout the day. Robert?
We're still about 2 blocks away from Tulane University, and the streets are not going down. None of this water is going down. The good news, though, is it's not getting into any of the homes in this area yet. Most of the homes here are built up high. They're set far back off the street, and we have not seen anything getting into the homes here. But like I said, this water is just not going down, and we keep getting more rain. This is actually a bit of improvement from what we've been seeing. It's incredibly dangerous trying to make your way through the city right now, even though people are still doing it, because as you've reported, all of New Orleans is without power. And so what we're seeing are problems like this, if you follow me over here, is you get people, they start to panic. Their home starts to take on some water, they're without power, they're by themselves, so they panic. Like this young lady's car here, we were over here working, and we heard this scream, and when we came back out, we saw she had actually gone through, was going a little fast, and she snapped her tire. She ran over a huge tree branch and snapped her tire off her car. So she panicked because she was trying to get to her grandparents' house. We were able to give her a quick ride. Her grandparents were there. She is okay. But it is still a very dangerous situation out here tonight. But before we get to the rest of that, let's go ahead and show you a little bit of what we saw throughout the day in this area.
Large signs, utility poles, and trees. Ida's winds wreaked havoc throughout New Orleans and surrounding cities. Ida made her presence known early this morning. Canals were swollen, and her winds whipped the waters of Lake Pontchartrain into whitecaps and pushed those waters toward the levees.
Those brutal winds during this storm have been swirling around Lake Pontchartrain. This is an area that has just been worked on. We're starting to see power lines snap, trees come down, and all manner of debris blown throughout the area.
Throughout the afternoon and into the evening, Ida continued to rip the sides off of buildings, uproot utility poles, and bring down huge chunks of debris. Stephen Sterling was home when these 2 utility poles went down right across from his house.
We had just opened the door, and all of a sudden the transformer blew here, and the lines went, and then it blew again. It looked like a welding machine going off,
Driving became incredibly treacherous as streets filled with water, downed lines, and other pieces of debris. This poor man slid off the road into a light pole and became disoriented. Fortunately, a neighbor came by and helped get him home.
And there are still down lines everywhere. What we just showed you is barely even scratches the surface of what's been happening throughout this area, not just New Orleans, but all of the surrounding cities, and especially in the southern parishes. So none of this water is going down. You have down lines everywhere. And so police are still begging people, please stay off the roads because of things that happened, like that young lady there. They cannot get out here to get you. We've seen maybe one police officer in the last 4 or 5 hours come through this area because it is too dangerous at this point. So they're telling people, please stay home because we can't come out to help you until the storm fully gets through the area. And judging by what we're seeing here, we have a long way to go. Reporting live from New Orleans, Robert Arnold, KPRC 2 News.
Robert, thank you for your reporting. Continue to stay safe out there, my friend. The latest.
Not even an inkling.
All right, and we are back, y'all. We are back. Let me get that off the screen. Okay, we are back. So, Kanisha, we still have Kanisha on the line, and if anyone in the chat or anyone wants to ask Kanisha any questions, feel free to put it in the chat, and I will recite the question to her just as well. So, the first question that I have is, you said that you wasn't there for Hurricane Katrina. So have you ever been there for any hurricanes?
Yeah, I've been here for maybe, I'm going to say, 3 or 4 hurricanes.
3 or 4 of them? But they wasn't as bad as this one.
It wasn't as bad. The way we look at it down here is tropical storms do a lot more damage than a hurricane. Meaning a category 1, a category 2 hurricane. A tropical storm has more wind, so it does more damage. So I've been through countless number of tropical storms. But hurricane of this magnitude, no, we have not experienced that. Regular ones are like maybe a category 1, a category 2. This one here, it was maybe 3 times the size of Katrina.
Okay. Now, any of your family members? I know you mentioned something about your aunt.
Yeah, my great aunt.
Yeah, your great aunt.
She had Parkinson's disease, and her house is basically gone. And she was in there, but because she had Parkinson's, she could not leave. She could not move. Out of that home. We literally just got her out of the home, I'm going to say maybe an hour ago, to the nearest hotel room, at least just so she can have air conditioning. But her whole inside of her house has collapsed. She had 4 oak trees fall onto her house, and she was in there. And it was basically nothing no one could do at that point. We couldn't travel to go and get her because of the wind. So she's just getting out of that house, but the house is basically a lost cause, and there's nothing we can do for the home.
Wow. And once again, you all, I do have Kanisha's Cash App down there, $Taylor 705. If anybody would like to donate to the cause, please feel free to do so. Give anything that you can. Anything will help at this time. Anything. So, Kanisha, actually, you did some videos.
Yeah, I did a lot all day today because a lot of my friends and family members who did choose to evacuate, they were asking me, can I go past by their home? But if I could get there because of the trees and because of the power lines, I could get there, I tried as hard as I can to get there.
Yeah, we do see, I'm showing the video now. We do see, it was a lot going on. There was a lot going on.
Inside of my truck, and a lot of times you're going to see me turn around because of how you can't get there. But, yeah. Yeah,
that was one of the clips that I just played. It was a lot shorter, and I could tell that y'all couldn't even get through.
Yeah. And that's actually, I'm looking at it now. I'm not mistaken. That's in my great aunt's neighborhood. You'll see.
Oh, wow.
Maybe another clip.
That one looked like the roof gone on that one.
I'm sorry, that's not. That's my mother-in-law's street. My mother-in-law's house was completely going as well. If you look at that trailer there, that's actually a family friend of mine. His whole roof collapsed. And that's what I'm saying, Delbert, your roof is going.
Oh, my gosh.
And, so, yeah.
Wow. Now, Kanisha, as you can tell, there is a little bit of delay. It's always like that on here. So, okay, here go another one. We see somebody walking. Wow.
Let me see what I see. Or, it's coming up. You're like maybe 5 seconds.
Wow. Is it coming up for you?
Yeah, I see it. I'm trying to see who was it.
Oh, okay.
This is close to my great aunt's home. No, this is in my mother-in-law's neighborhood. This is in Northern's mama neighborhood as well.
Okay.
And those are just some locals walking around. And you'll see I have to turn around because the street is completely blocked off. I don't know how far you have gotten, but if you look to the right, there should be a blue trailer.
Yeah.
Into it. That's actually Northern Sister's house.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, was they in there?
No, they actually evacuated.
Okay.
But that hall that I zoomed in on, that's where most kids, that blue trailer, but that's his sister trailer, but that hall all the way to the back what I zoomed in on, that's actually like where everybody holds their children's parties, baby showers, and things of that nature, so that is going all the way.
Wow. Now, did some people board things up? Like board up their houses and stuff?
At 150 miles per hour winds, the boards did not work. So the guy whose trailer I showed you with no roof, where that white car is, that's actually his mom. So, family stays around family.
Exactly.
So we pretty much, we pretty much it's this family all over the place. I don't know what video that last one you just showed was.
That one was just you talking. I clicked off of that one.
I was telling people that where gas was. People who were there where the gas was.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, there's only so much gas. That picture is Popeyes. Our local Popeyes.
That's Popeyes? Girl, they done tore up the chicken spot.
Girl, they done took Popeyes, girl.
Girl, they done took out Popeyes, y'all. They done took them out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's some food. Oh, okay. That ain't where we're supposed to be at, y'all. But that sure look good.
And if you, and there's plenty of things that I've shared. You'll see people asking for help. I have a few friends who literally, those people who I shared, the people who I shared on my page, you will see that those people literally were asking for help. It's people saying, they're giving their address. And it's that makes you put you at a vulnerable place when you actually have to put your physical address on Facebook just to get help,
Wow. Wow. Okay, and I see you was asking people to send you areas so that you could go look and check and make sure, that everybody's safe and everything.
Right. And that's all I can really do. Because I'm here. We have to thug it out as a community.
Yeah.
Not just, it's not about I like you, I like me. We all devastated by this, and we all have to deal with this. And at this point, we just gotta pray for each other. We just gotta work together. And so that's what we're gonna do. And if me being here before them, so they can see what they're working with.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take my chances and drive around and show you your home so you know what you're coming back to. It won't be a surprise. And so that's basically, that's the type of person I am. I'm not going to, I don't want to sugarcoat nothing. for these people.
Wow, look at this one.
Yeah, you know I'm blunt, so I'm just gonna let it, put it all on the line. This is what's going on out here.
Exactly.
That lady
This
who you
is
hear me talking to at that point, that is the woman who helped raise my twins. Across the street where there is a red car in front of it, that is actually what they call the boat shed. In our community, they have a boat shed, which basically houses boats, but it's all the great men who have children who do stuff for the community, who feed the children, who go to their schools, the children who don't have fathers, and things of that nature. The boat shed actually collapsed. And it's a group of men who, do back to school bash and everything like that.
wow.
And they're basically, their getaway has collapsed. And it is no more.
This is horrible. This is so sad.
And I didn't get a chance to go to my family's hometown of Colonia because the water was still there. So I tried as hard as I could, but I couldn't get back there. But they just couldn't. They are still underwater. And where my dad is, they basically said if you didn't have a house, you have nothing to come back to. And my dad actually lives in a trailer, so we're assuming he has nothing to come back to.
Okay.
That's the one with the power lines in. That's one of the main roads to get around, and that road where you see all the power lines in. When I tell you, it smells of straight gas, like natural gas for the homes. It was to the point where I sat there for maybe 10 minutes because they were trying to clear trees, and I literally got a headache because of the smell of the gas.
Wow. Wow. Well, y'all, we have an exclusive, baby. We got an exclusive. Miss Kanisha on the line. They're in New Orleans right now. New Orleans. Right now as we speak. I do have one more video to play down there with Hurricane Ida. Kanisha, I'm going to leave you on just for one more moment after we play this clip. Then I'm going to let you say your goodbyes and everything. And then we're going to continue on with the show. So just one moment.
Just yet. The rain and wind still a big problem there tonight. Take a look at this. The NBC station in New Orleans posting video of a flooded home in Laplace. People in that area asking for rescues via social media tonight. Our crews have been reporting from the New Orleans area all day on click2houston.com. Our Brandon Walker taking a deserved break. He'll report for you live tomorrow morning on KPRC 2 News Today. But our Robert Arnold's still out in the storm tonight. He is live from New Orleans with a look at the conditions now and some of what he's seen throughout the day. Robert?
We're still about 2 blocks away from Tulane University, and the streets are not going down. None of this water is going down. The good news, though, is it's not getting into any of the homes in this area. Yeah, most of the homes here are built up high. They're set far back off the street, and we have not seen anything getting into the homes here. But like I said, this water is just not going down, and we keep getting more rain. This is actually a bit of an improvement from what we've been seeing. It's incredibly dangerous trying to make your way through the city right now, even though people are still doing it because, as you've reported, all of New Orleans is without power. And so what we're seeing are problems like this. If you follow me over here, is you get people, they start to panic. Their home starts to take on some water. They're without power. They're by themselves. So they panic. Like this young lady's car here, we were over here working and we heard this scream. And when we came back out, we saw she had actually gone through was going a little fast, and she snapped her tire. She ran over a huge tree branch and snapped her tire off her car. So she panicked because she was trying to get to her grandparents' house. We were able to give her a quick ride. Her grandparents were there. She is okay. But it is still a very dangerous situation out here tonight. But before we get to the rest of that, let's go ahead and show you a little bit of what we saw throughout the day in this area.
Large signs, utility poles, and trees. Ida's winds wreaked havoc throughout New Orleans and surrounding cities. Ida made her presence known early this morning. Canals were swollen, and her winds whipped the waters of Lake Pontchartrain into whitecaps and pushed those waters toward the levees.
Those brutal winds during the storm have been swirling around Lake Pontchartrain. This is an area that has just been worked on and worked on and worked on. We're starting to see power lines snap, trees come down, and all manner of debris blown throughout the area.
Throughout the afternoon and into the evening, Ida continued to rip the sides off of buildings, uproot utility poles, and bring down huge chunks of debris. Stephen Sterling was home when these two utility poles went down right across from his house.
We had just opened the door and all.
Yeah, I am so sorry. I played that one already. I apologize. I done X'd out the wrong clip. So sorry. But
You good?
yes.
Like I told you where I'm sitting at. I'm sitting at the gas station. So if you need to put another clip on, you're fine.
Thank you. Now we do have a question, Kanisha, from Chantel. She said, "Hey, Kanisha, it's so hot and muggy there. So how does the city try to assist y'all? Because I know people struggle with the heat.
You know,
They don't try to assist with anything."
no, because okay, so if I give you a brief overview of what we're looking at, and for us, we don't get offended that they don't try to help us. Our hospital has no roof and they have no power, and the generators are not working. Our old folks' home does not have roofs and it does not have generators, so they had to evacuate them. The fire stations have no roof, so they cannot assist anybody. So basically, you're on your own. Nobody is able to come and help you right now. So you're basically stuck. You basically just have to ride it out. Today, our temperature hit over 100 degrees with no power and no electricity. But you just have to, you got to buckle down, and hopefully you have a generator or somebody else has a generator. If not, you at this point, you're looking for a local hotel that has power or a backup generator where you can at least have air conditioning. Like I said, the courthouse for the jail and everything, the courthouse, their roof is actually almost in my mama's front yard. That's just how hard the wind took off.
My
So
goodness.
we don't have a courthouse right now. We don't have a fire station. We don't have police departments. We don't have anything. Like, the police are just as bad as us, because not only are they have their own homes they trying to send, they have the stations that they trying to send. My brother is a firefighter, and his truck was almost demolished because he was at the fire station ready to rescue, and the fire station roof collapsed on top of their vehicles. So then they could not go help anybody because the fire truck and their personal vehicles was under a roof.
Oh, wow.
We don't get they won't give us anything as far as free electricity or a fan or a generator or things of that nature. I just take it as that's a part of living in southern Louisiana, like southeast Louisiana. That's what we deal with. There's nothing we can really do. Like, Nolan hometown is completely white. Like, it's not even, like, at least here you have a house going down, skip a few, a house going down, skip a few, a roof going. No, Nolan hometown is literally leveled. There is nothing.
Wow. And for those that just joined, I do have Kanisha Taylor on the line. She is down there in New Orleans as we speak, on the outskirts of New Orleans. She's explained to us what she dealt with, what her family members are dealing with. Right now, she's at her mom's house. They have a total of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's about 12 or 13 of y'all? Yeah, about 12 or 13 of them all in one house, in a 3-bedroom house. They are at her mother's house due to her mother do have a generator, thank God, which is something that we all need, actually. Because you never know when something like this will happen. we've been blessed to be, in Michigan and here in Atlanta, where in Atlanta we get a lot of rain, but nothing like what Kanisha is going through right now in New Orleans. So again, I do have her Cash App that's been going up on here on the screen. $Taylor 705. If you guys want to send any donations to her, please trust that it's okay. I would not have Kanisha on my platform if I felt like she would use the money towards something that she's not supposed to use it towards, or she's just gonna take y'all money and run. No. I know this young lady. I've been knowing Kanisha now for, oh my gosh, about 7, 8 years now, somewhere up in there.
Has been Jaden is now 9. So 10 years.
Nah, yeah, 10 years. Yeah, because he was a newborn baby. Girl, you were pregnant with him, girl. But yes, I know her very, very well. I do hate that this is happening. Kanisha, you will definitely get a Cash App from me tonight, definitely. But the most important thing that we all can do at this point is pray. Pray that they can, it wasn't as bad as Katrina. The hurricane itself was as bad as Katrina, but I think the outcome was not as bad as Hurricane Katrina because they was prepared.
The outcome, see,
Katrina killed a lot of people.
With Katrina, the levees blew.
Exactly.
But just because the levees blew in New Orleans, a lot of people are not looking at the outskirts of New Orleans for Katrina. But now, yes, one levee blew for Katrina, but this hurricane, we have had 4 levees blow. We have had 4 levees blow. So it wasn't just in the city of New Orleans, the outskirts, which y'all see. So basically, if anybody want to follow me, my name is K Taylor, KayTaylor on Facebook. I will show y'all what the outskirts are looking like because the news does not show you guys anything but New Orleans.
Okay.
The outskirts are underwater. The levees have blown. All of our grocery stores have been leveled. When I say leveled, I mean they are no more. They are to the ground. Literally, gas stations have been leveled. People's vehicles are flipped over onto the top. So the news is not really showing y'all everything because they won't even come down here. Earlier, I saw a helicopter trying to go to my family's hometown, and they did go there, but they couldn't. Emergency response can't even get there. From my knowledge, as of maybe 2 hours, an hour ago, people are still stuck in this water, in these hot conditions with children and everything. And it wasn't that, and I really want to stress this because a lot of people feel, well, they gave y'all a mandatory evacuation. Why didn't you leave? It's not about the mandatory evacuation. It's about you have to realize we're going through a pandemic. And so a lot of people don't have jobs, so they can't afford to leave.
Exactly.
Even though me and my family, my husband, and my 5 children, we do have 2 vehicles. But at the time, you have to realize, in our mind, we're looking at the fact that, okay, what happens if it's not too bad? Rent is still going to be due in a couple of days. So if rent is due in a couple of days and it's not that bad, we done drove to Houston or Atlanta and spent $1,000 on a hotel room when rent is still due in a couple of days. So a lot of people made those decisions just straight off of their income, not off of their safety.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Now, Chantel says, so basically, if you didn't evacuate, you're screwed.
Well, I'm not going to say if you didn't evacuate, you're screwed. If you did evacuate, you're screwed. Because just picture, Nolan's sister, for instance, she evacuated because she had the means to evacuate. And guess what she's coming back to? She's coming back to nothing because her house was flooded all the way up to the roof.
Okay, but that would have happened if she was there.
You don't have nothing if you're coming back.
I get that, but if she was there, that still would have happened.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. No matter if you evacuated or didn't, you're still screwed.
Okay.
You're still screwed because of Mother Nature. It's not because, even if, just to say, if I was to evacuate to Atlanta or Houston, guess what? I still got to come back home and fix this roof. I still got to come back home and clean this yard. I still got to come back home because it's not feasible for nobody to stay in a hotel for 30 days. We just received the email, maybe 5 hours ago? We just received the email maybe 5 hours ago from our Entergy company, which is Entergy. Entergy sent us the email and told us look for power outages to be more than a month. You can't afford that, especially if you're not going to work, unless you work on a salary job and just hope that the people are lenient enough to still pay you, that you're not there. But both me and Nolan work commission jobs. I am a dispatcher for tow trucks, and he actually drives one of my tow trucks. So, with that being said, we're not driving, and I'm not dispatching, so there's no money coming in.
Exactly.
And so even if I am displaced, if I'm in Houston or Atlanta or Alabama or wherever for, say, a week, I still have 3 to 4 more weeks of no electricity when I get home.
Wow. That's a sad situation, friend. That's a sad situation. You know, if there's anything I can do to help, you already know I'm here.
And then it's bad because, and I mean, I know you have a nice following base, and I just want to put this out there. Houston, basically, people book hotels, and when they got to Houston, they turned them around. So a lot of our family and friends or associates of our friends had to bunker down in their cars. I still know people that are bunkered down in their vehicles on the interstate or in Houston with nowhere to go, and they can't come home.
That's sad. Well, I have one more video to play on Hurricane Ida. After this video, I'm going to play a video that was actually done here in Atlanta from the Atlanta News, basically letting us know that we will be getting some of the aftermath as well, which is just a lot of rain. You know, no hurricane and like that, just a lot of rain. It has started already. Right now, it's not raining, but when I tell y'all it rained so bad earlier, oh my gosh. So we're gonna go ahead. Huh?
It's raining again here now.
Wow.
And just think about it. It's raining here now. I'm in my car now, but just think about those people who have those big oak trees in their home, and they thought that we weren't going to rain again. And now those people, houses are getting flooded again.
Exactly. My auntie says, but you still have your lives. You know, that's something that you all, and we all across America, need to definitely be thankful for. There was, like I said, as they reported now, because as Kanisha said, the news don't tell everything. We all know that. But as they did report, it was only one death so far. One death. So
yeah, there are more than one. The news is still assessing the scene. Matter of fact, a news truck just passed us. They're still assessing the scenes because they haven't gone into those homes.
Exactly.
That were flooded. So yeah, they may be saying one now, but maybe in the next day or two it's gonna jump.
It's gonna rise.
Yes, we are very grateful that we have our lives. It's just that those lives are now having to start over.
Exactly.
They literally sent us the email saying that school is closed indefinitely until further notice. Because
wow.
The schools are flooded. The schools have lost their roofs. The schools have collapsed.
They can't do no virtual because you need power for that.
They take their computers home, but there is no power.
There's no power, exactly.
There's no power, right? So basically, our children are missing out as well, and of course, the children who stayed with their parents are being, basically traumatized.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Just one moment.
Rob, there seems to be more hurricanes. Am I right?
You are, and there's a reason behind that, Tom. The classification for the storms has kind of changed a bit over the last 30 years. The Hurricane Center has been naming some storms, like over the weekend they named Julie in the Central Atlantic that, say, back in the 80s or 90s wouldn't have been named as a storm. So that's one of the reasons we've seen the number of named storms come up during the season.
So, Rob, we've seen this storm actually hit as a Category 4, and this has been a question about testing the levees that were newly enforced after Katrina. What do we know in terms of how well they held up, how well the protections that were put into place actually succeeded in fortifying the city?
Well, Lisa, the testing is going to continue because the problem is not only the storm surge that accompanied Ida as she made her way inland, but the problem with Katrina back in 2005 in New Orleans was not the storm surge. It was the rainfall that occurred with Katrina going into Lake Pontchartrain coming up in height, and then that caused flooding into the city of New Orleans. That rain is continuing right now with Ida. Flash flood warnings are in effect for southeastern Louisiana, northeastern Louisiana, and much of Mississippi. So we're going to see that system tested not only today, but tomorrow and through the rest of the week as that rainfall works its way into Lake Pontchartrain from the North Shore north of New Orleans, brings the lake levels up. Then we're going to have to see how those levees handle that increased pressure from Lake Pontchartrain to the north.
And given the timeline that you just laid out, when do we start to get an assessment of the damage, the recovery that follows?
Well, in regards to the wind damage, that's probably going to take place later today and tomorrow. The winds with the system are down from 150 miles an hour yesterday afternoon. They're now 60 miles an hour. The storm's about 50 miles northeast of Baton Rouge. So as the winds diminish, the power line crews can get out there. They'll assess how long it's going to take to restore power. From what I can understand in some of the reports, there's been some transmission damage to the city of New Orleans, so that's going to take time to replace. But in regards to some of the other damage, in regards to water, runoff, flash flooding, that type of stuff, that's probably going to continue right on into Wednesday and Thursday.
Rob Carroll and Anthony emails in. Thanks for listening to us on Bloomberg Radio from Sparta, New Jersey, Anthony. And Rob Carroll, he says he's driving from Philadelphia to Nashville this weekend, which is like the heart of all the follow-on rain. Is the follow-on rain normal rain or not?
It's going to be excessive. The good news is it should be out of the continental United States by the weekend. This system later today will be a tropical depression moving to the west of Jackson, Mississippi. Probably by tomorrow afternoon, it's about 200 miles to the south of Nashville. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, it's in central West Virginia. And then by early Friday morning, it's south of New England. Along that path this week, though, we're expecting anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of rain into the Tennessee River Valley over the next 36 hours. And then it's 2 to 4 inches of rain from West Virginia to southern New England between Wednesday and Friday morning.
Right.
Still going, y'all. It's still going. You know, we just got to continue to pray. My auntie said, where's FEMA? Where is FEMA?
FEMA is here. FEMA is here.
They are there?
But you have to realize there is nothing that they can do. They can't do nothing right now.
Not right now.
Us being knowing here, us being from here, we know there is nothing they can do now. They have to wait. We have to, I've called FEMA. I've called, so we can try to at least get a room or air conditioning, just air conditioning. That's all I need. Right now, I tell you it's so hot. You know, when I say inside, inside, we are struggling. But we are. FEMA is here. I have physically seen FEMA. They are here. But there's nothing that FEMA can do. I don't want you guys out there in other states thinking that FEMA's not doing anything. They are here. They are here. But they can't do anything. They can't.
So Fox 32 exclusive tonight.
They can't bring FEMA trailers down. They're doing as much as they can with the little resources that they have.
Well, I know one thing, Kanisha, they would definitely appreciate what you're saying right now because a lot of people don't understand that. They just want help right then and there. Come help me.
I always tell people, dealing with it and talk to them. Because at the end of the day, FEMA can only do so much. The same way our electricity company can only do so much. The same way EMS can only do so much. They're only human.
Exactly.
They can only do so much, and they're trying. We have to. My brother-in-law works for the parish. I have friends that work for the parish. We don't have counties. We have parishes. So they are doing as much as they can with the resources that they have. They too are running out of fuel. They too only are running out of fuel to use a chainsaw to chop these trees. We have people. We have rescue people from Nebraska and different places. I have physically seen these people from other states that have came here to help with the search and rescue, but they can't because you can't get down the street. You can't look at anything. You can't touch anything because the power lines are down, the trees are down, and here in Louisiana we have big oak trees, big sycamore trees, and things of that nature. So
okay.
They are doing the best that they can.
And that's all you guys can ask for, really.
Right now, the streets are pretty much empty. Besides that, these gas stations, you are seeing people. Of course, we down here, we in the country. So we got floodlights on our cars. Like my truck, I have 4 floodlights, and so we blinding each other trying to get to our destination. But everybody got their floodlights on. Everybody trying to still pick up some things. Everybody trying to take the roof in the late hours, just in case it rains again. Everybody's putting out their generators, putting out their burner pots to go ahead and cook food because, like us, we had to do stuff outside. You gotta cook outside because you can't bring it in.
Wow. Well, Kanisha, I hate that this is happening to you all. Like we both told you, we've been knowing each other for close to 10 years now. I met her here in Atlanta. She ended up going back home to New Orleans. And I pray for you all. I pray for you all. I know God is going to get you through this. I appreciate you coming on Peachy Tea Time with me tonight to discuss what's going on. This is the best way to get the information across, by coming to the source. I could not have explained everything the way that Kanisha explained everything tonight. So I appreciate you for that. I really do. Now, is there anything that you want to say before I let you go tonight? Because, if you was on the panel, I'd have you up here for the whole show. But since you're on the phone, is there anything that you would like, to say at this point?
All I want to say is, y'all, just keep the Tri-Parish, which is not New Orleans, but keep the Tri-Parish in your prayers. We're struggling here. And we are doing the best that we can to make do. We're trying to be a community. If you guys can donate, I know Tanil has repeatedly said my cash app.
Yep, I got it on here now.
My cash app will not go to just myself. Of course, I'm going to make sure my family's good. But whatever left over, I promise you guys that I'm sending it to friends and family and people who I don't know that are here. It's a tough time here for us. Just keep us in your prayers. They're saying we should have lights on within maybe 3 weeks. So just pray for people mental stability, because being in the dark and being in silence is hard as hell.
It is.
I physically dealt with that last night, and just to think I have 3 more weeks of it is something that I don't even want to imagine. Just pray for the people in the hospitals that's on ICU, because the hospital generators are not working. The hospitals are closed. So pray for those people as well. Pray for people with mental stability. Just pray all in general for Southeast Louisiana. Because once the gas stations start running out of gas, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Exactly. And we must not forget crime. This would be the time that a lot of crime may happen.
Yes, it's already started.
I could just imagine.
Going into those homes and selling things. People are going to businesses and selling things. There's just a lot that's going on.
Exactly.
I know y'all, hear people arguing in the background. Like I said, it's a lot. People are literally arguing, just trying to get 1 or 2 gallons of gas just to make sure they have heat through the night or AC through the night. It's a lot, but just pray for us, and we gonna get through it all together. But of course, prayer goes a long ways. We ask that you guys just keep Southeast Louisiana in y'all prayers, and hopefully we will be able to come together and resume normal activity. I'm not expecting that to be in 30 days. I'm gonna say maybe 6 months, everything be able to get back up and running. So right now, I know there's no job for me to go to. That's my family.
Yeah. Well, my auntie said we bind the hand of the devil right now, baby. And I know that's right, auntie. We're going to make sure, I hope everybody that's watching tonight, I really, really hope you guys take the time just to send something. Because anything will help at this point. Anything. Kanisha, you're at the gas station right now?
Yeah, I'm at the gas station.
Kanisha has been at this gas station, y'all, before the show started. Okay? Kanisha was at the gas station. That's why I'm like, you still at the gas station? She been at the gas station since before.
You gotta wait in line because there's only one pump because the rest of the gas station is destroyed. So they're taking cash only. So they only have one pump. So everybody's in line and they're only allowing you to get $20 at a time. So you get your $20 and either get back in line or you have to decide either I'm going to put it in a gas tank, put it in my generator, I'm going to put it in my car so I can move around.
Because some people don't have a generator. So they are in their car trying to get air because it's so hot.
They're sitting in their car to charge their phones. Like my dad is one of them. My dad doesn't have a generator. My dad has literally been sitting in his car for over 12 hours just trying to get air and fuel. And so he's out of gas now. So, but like I said, it's not this gas station. The next gas station that has gas maybe 4 hours away.
Wow. Well, girl, we sure gonna be praying for you. And as soon as I get off the show, baby, I'm gonna be sending you your cash app, okay?
Not a problem, and I'll make sure it goes either to fuel or to somebody who's trying to rebuild their houses or something.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be calling, checking on you, okay?
Not a problem. And like I said, I may not have service. Like I said, I had to stay over here to catch service. But there is no service. All the service cell towers are down, so we don't have service anywhere.
Okay. Well, if I don't hear from you, if I call and I don't hear from you, make sure you call me when you get the chance, okay?
Not a problem.
All right. We love you.
You see it?
Look at it. All right. Bye. All right, y'all. That was Kanisha. They trying to get it together down there. All I can say, y'all, is that we continue to pray for them. If you can find it in your hearts to donate, please feel free to do so. Now we're going to go ahead and I want to play this for Atlanta. For everyone that's here in Atlanta that's watching the show tonight, just a little quick video, let you guys know what's going on, what we are expecting just as well. So here you go.
Some painful memories today. It's a powerful Cat 4 storm hit on the same date Hurricane Katrina ravaged Louisiana and Mississippi 16 years ago. And coming ashore about 45 miles west of where Katrina first struck land as a Category 3 hurricane. As Joe Ripley reports, evacuees here in Atlanta believe the city's ability to bounce back is great.
Battering wind, torrential rain. Winston C. left New Orleans for Atlanta just hours before Hurricane Ida made landfall.
Took about 10 hours to get from New Orleans to Atlanta.
Here C's congested drive out of New Orleans, and back in the city, businesses boarded up, store shelves bare. You had the calm before the storm, with the Crescent City looking more like a ghost town in this photo. C says he's never evacuated due to severe weather. It's a different story, though, for his husband, who lived through Hurricane Katrina. Those memories flooding back now 16 years later.
For people, it's really a matter of life and death. They're kind of watching the radar very closely and seeing what that impact is like on their homes and on their businesses and having to board up. And, as I mentioned, it brings up so many difficult memories.
Hurricane Katrina blew New Orleans native Beatrice Soublé to Atlanta 16 years ago. She hasn't left since.
To see this happening almost on the very same day, it's just surreal. But the one thing that is comforting is that they are better prepared.
She says this time around, New Orleans is better prepared to withstand Ida's impact.
We're just hoping that people will be made whole and that people's lives have been spared.
Already, our sister station has reported all of New Orleans without power Sunday night due to Ida's catastrophic damage to a major power company's transmission system.
We will have no higher priority than to make sure that our hospitals can remain in operation and functional. And that's going to be a challenge because we expect widespread power outage for some time.
Power outages in New Orleans take a while to restore, so sometimes weeks without power.
College students Jacqueline Dianis and Zanea Cordes made the drive from New Orleans to Atlanta. The student athletes believe the Big Easy can withstand the storm and bounce back because it's done it before.
New Orleans is very resilient, so whatever's thrown at us will be fine. Noah's strong always.
All right, y'all. Sorry it took me so long. Well, there you go. That ends our segment for the Hurricane Ida. I feel like it was very important that we, let you guys know what's going on. I'm so thankful for Kanisha for coming up under the circumstances that she's going through right now. A lot of people would not have done what she's done today because they got other things to worry about besides Peachy time. But she was able to come on. She was able to let us and inform us what's going on. Showed y'all plenty of videos and clips. So once again, we pray for Kanisha. We love Kanisha. And we hope that they make it through this safely, unharmed, untouched. And we moving on, baby. Nene Leaks. Y'all, I know everybody know Nene Leaks from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know Greg. Everybody that know Greg from Nene's husband. He has cancer, which we all knew. And he's now in the transition stage. Nene was at a event, I'm gonna call it an event. And someone told her she was being rude by not saying happy birthday to them. So this is what she had to say in regards to that. Here we go.
Hi, Nene. Hey, I hope you guys are enjoying the. Can you cut the music for a second, please? Yes. How y'all doing? All right. I hope everybody's enjoying the lounge tonight. I had a few people too approach me about a birthday, right? Yes. You got to stand and say happy birthday. Yes. Listen, happy birthday. Thank you. But please, I'm asking everybody in this lounge. I had no idea I was going to walk in here and grab this microphone and make an announcement, but I want to say this to you. I'm in this and I want to be at peace. You see me, you see my son, give us a lot of love, okay? My husband is transitioning to the other side. I am not in the mood to say happy birthday to you guys. You guys are supposed to say I was rude. The real truth is you're rude. You don't know what we're dealing with right now. Yes. We walk in this lounge because we have to walk in here because this is our business. Yes. So when people approach and say you're rude because you don't want to say happy birthday, my husband is at home dying. Yes. And I don't want to say happy birthday, okay? So please give us some respect, give us some love, okay? That's what we ask you to do. You see my son right here, he's hurting, I'm hurting. We walk in here because we have to walk in here because we have this business. And my husband is losing his life in this very moment. So when you stepped to me and told me I was rude, I really was upset by that. Because sometimes you don't know what people are dealing with and what people are going through. Okay? My husband is not going to be here in the next couple of days. Okay? I'm really upset I have to grab the microphone and even put that out into the atmosphere because somebody will.
No, I'm not on mute. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's so many things that's going through my head right now. I'm going to start with this. And what's up, Julie? My cousin. I love you, boo. And I hope what I'm about to say, I really, really hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. But I think that was rude, what Nene did. I understand that when you're hurting and when you're going through things, that sometimes things come out the wrong way. And maybe that was it. I understand she was upset. I understand that she's hurting. I don't understand why she's not there with Greg. If she feels like he's going to be dying in the next 2 days, why are you out at an event? That's none of my business. That's none of my business. It's none of Peachy Tea Time business either. I'm just putting it out there because I do commentary. And this is what I saw. Now, none of those people knew that Greg was transitioning. And sometimes you shouldn't just go up to these celebrities and assume that you could just go up to them and say, hey, can you give me a birthday shout out? Hey, can you say hey to Tennille? Can you say hey to the missus? Sometimes you can't do that. And as we can see, that wasn't the time. But the young lady did not know. Because as Nene said, she didn't even know that she was going to come on the microphone and say this. So to sit there and say that it offended her because they said she was rude, I didn't think that was right. You know, I felt like that's something she could have went to them and said herself. Now, if you want to come on the microphone and say, hey, my husband is transitioning, that's one thing. But if you felt offended by it, you should have went to the source and went to her. Not put them on blast like that. Because that could have turned out ugly. What if they would have been upset that she did that? And just start going in. You know? But they didn't. Because they understood. And I understand. I completely understand. But at the same time, we have to understand that a lot of people just did not know. A lot of people thought Greg was doing a lot better. So with that being said, I'm not going to get far into that. I'm not going to even touch it like that. But once again, we're praying for everybody out there in New Orleans, and everybody's going to be affected by this going further. We'll also need to pray for Greg and Nene and her family, because she's going to be dealing with something very, very tough just as well. So everybody, just continue to pray. Continue to pray. So we're going to move right along. Now, this was sent to me. I had two things that was sent to me. I like to make sure that I show these clips that you all sent to me. I don't want y'all to feel like I send these clips to her and she just pick out what she want to pick out. No, I try my best to pick it, to show everybody clip that sent it to me. So this right here, I felt like it was crazy, but I'm finna show y'all.
This video making the rounds on the internet shows a physical confrontation between a woman and a Chicago police officer at North Avenue Beach. The woman's attorney says she was at the beach with her dog after hours, but told the officer she was leaving. The officer approaches her, and you see the two struggling over her cell phone. An attorney for the woman called it an unprovoked attack. Eventually, the woman was let go. A Chicago police spokesperson said they were aware of the video and referred it to the Civilian Office of Police Accountability.
Did y'all see that dog? Did y'all see that little baby, the little baby dog? Like, if you don't get off my mama, what is wrong with you? I mean, the dog was really trying to fight for her. That was so cute. But why is this officer doing all of this? Very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. He didn't know he was being recorded. We all know that. And this is how he does. Being that he didn't know he was being recorded. So I will be following that story, y'all, to see if he will be getting any charges against him, if he's going to be fired, if he's going to be laid off with pay. Y'all know how they do them folks. But I'm going to follow it, and we're going to see what happens, okay? If they have any additional information. Once again, you know how they do us. That's all I'm going to say on that. That's all I'm going to say. Now, y'all, this clip came in literally from Queen Me. Is this it? This ain't it. No, this is not it. This is the clip that I'm going to show y'all in a second. But that's not it. Because I have a special announcement that I'm going to make right after this clip right here. This was brought to me. This was brought by Queen Me. Y'all ain't gonna like this. I'm telling y'all now. Exclusive. Y'all ain't gonna like it because I didn't like it. So here we go.
32 exclusive tonight. A mother says that a Cook County judge has taken away her parental rights after learning that she's not vaccinated.
Dane Flacco is live at Daily Plaza with this story. Dane?
Yeah, and what all parties agree is a very unusual, if not unprecedented step. A Cook County judge here at the Daily Center has stripped a Chicago mom of her parenting time because she's refused to get the COVID vaccination shot.
I miss my son more than anything. It's been very difficult. I haven't seen him since August 10th.
August 10th, that's the day Rebecca Furlid appeared in court via Zoom along with her ex-husband for a child support hearing involving their 11-year-old son. Now, the two share custody or had shared custody and parenting time 50-50. She says out of the blue, Cook County Judge James Shapiro asked her whether she'd been vaccinated. She told him no, she had not because she's had bad reactions to vaccines in the past. Judge Shapiro then ordered that she be stripped of all parenting time with her son until she gets vaccinated. Over the past 2 weeks, she's been able to talk to him on the phone and via video call, but she has not seen her son in person. Furlid is now appealing that order, saying the judge has no business taking away her parenting rights simply because she's not vaccinated.
I think it's wrong. It had nothing to do with what we were talking about. And he was placing his views on me and taking my son away from me.
But in this case, you have a judge without any matter before him regarding the parenting time of the child deciding, oh, you're not vaccinated. You don't get to see your child until you are vaccinated. That kind of exceeds his jurisdiction.
Now, we talked to the attorney representing the father, Jeffrey Leving. You'll be hearing from him next hour. He says they were as surprised by this as anybody, but they support that decision by the judge, saying that given the pandemic, the child should be protected from an unvaccinated mother.
I'm not on mute. I don't think that's right. I'm vaccinated. I have told y'all that several times. I have my reasons that I'm vaccinated. My husband is not vaccinated. But that don't sound right. That don't sound like he can do something like this. I mean, take all her parental rights away because she's not vaccinated? That's crazy to me. I have a 6-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. They can't be vaccinated. So my husband got to leave because he's not vaccinated? Y'all gonna come and knock on my door and tell him he got to get out my house? Sorry, he got to get out our house because he's not vaccinated? He can't be around our kids? I wish you would. Hold on. Let me put my hair to the side. Make sure they can see me good. Make sure they can hear me. Can y'all hear? Can you hear me? Let me talk in my microphone. I wish you would. Don't come to my house. That is wrong on all levels. She should be able to see her child, vaccinated or not. Everybody that is not vaccinated is not dying. Everybody that is vaccinated is not dying. That is so wrong to me to do her like that. And then for the father, how dare you? You had no idea this was even going on and that this was going to happen. And you sit there and you condone it and you go along with this. That's so wrong. So wrong on all many levels. So the reason why I played that is because I can't stop it. I can't go to wherever she is and say, hey, give her child back. I can't do that. But what I can do is bring it to the forefront, bring it to your attention so that you would know that this is what's going on if you're not vaccinated. I'm not here to make you go get vaccinated. I can't make my husband get vaccinated. So I know I can't make y'all get vaccinated that ain't vaccinated. And I don't want to. Because my beliefs is my beliefs. If it was my choice, everybody be vaccinated. If it was my choice, but it's not my choice. Why would everybody be vaccinated? Because they say that this is what's going to help us to get out this pandemic. This is what they're saying. This is what the high people that does the research is saying. Now it's on you. Tell my husband the same thing, baby. It's on you. This is your decision that you have to make on your own. That's all I'm going to say on that. But just know, Delta Airlines, they about to say the same thing. Completely vaccinated before you could get on these airlines. Cruise, I ain't trying to go on no cruise anyway because I can't swim. So, but the people that do like going on cruises, vaccination is going to be needed. Now, am I telling you, you got to go get it? You need to go get it? You got to go get it right now? No, I'm not saying that because you make your own decisions. I can't make your decisions for you. These jobs, they talking about, we're not going to let y'all continue to work here if y'all not vaccinated. You have to take this stuff into consideration, y'all. You got to. Now, the last clip of the night, besides our motivation, y'all, thank y'all for rocking it with me tonight. It is 10:36, baby, Eastern time. 10:36 Eastern time. But tonight was something that we had to talk about. We had to. And I'm telling you now, on Wednesday, Peachy News, baby, you're going to want to be here. You're going to want to be here. Let me play this, and then I'm going to let you know why I'm playing this and why it's so important for you to be here for Peachy News. Here we go. Hold on, y'all. We was having some technical difficulties. That rain's trying to stop. Let me see if this will work. It's not playing. Let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're gonna go into our little commercial until I can see what's going on. Hopefully I can do something. Here we go. All right, and we are here by a grieving parent, one whose child's life was taken. All right, I think we got it, y'all. I think we got it. Hold on. I think we got it. Let me take this one out. All right, I think we got it going. We got it going. We got it going. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got it. And there's a reason for this. So please listen to this. Stick around so I can tell y'all what's going on Wednesday. You don't want to miss Wednesday. I assure you that. It's going to be one of my, I don't know how to even call it, but here we go.
Each shoe placed here by a grieving parent. One whose child's life was taken far too soon. It's part of an annual event being put on by the mothers of murdered sons and daughters, showing parents who've experienced tragedy they're not alone. Every day Karen Hutchings wakes up, she says it's a struggle. She's still coming to terms with the fact that she'll never be able to see her son Dante again.
It felt like I'm in a nightmare, you know, and I'm just walking around trying to find my way.
Dante became the city's 126th homicide victim 2 weeks ago after being shot and killed at a gas station in the Portland neighborhood. It's a feeling she thought no one would ever understand. That is, until Sunday.
This is our second year doing this, and we'll keep from walking a mile in our shoe. Just let everybody know that we're not alone and that they're not alone. This is our life now.
Hutchings was one of the many parents who lost a child to take part in the event, placing a mini memorial on the steps of the Hall of Justice building. In front of the display, she placed her own shoes.
The whole purpose of the event is to see this because we don't want another mother walking in our shoes. I can't take these shoes off no matter what. I have to wear them no matter how bad they hurt. But the sad thing about it, I didn't choose these shoes. These shoes chose me.
A group of parents that otherwise would never have known each other, but all have one thing in common: grief.
I often say that my son was fatally injured, but I was critically wounded. And I don't want no one to have to feel the wounds that I feel.
Hutchings is now a part of the group, a membership she says she doesn't wish upon anyone else, but she believes it's the only thing that can help her get through this tough time.
I want to believe that this group is going to help me heal. If they can walk through it, I can too. It's not going to be an easy process, but I'm glad it's here. I'm really glad it's here.
In Louisville, Manoj Kungwari, WLKY News.
Sad situation, y'all. Sad situation. You know, my friend, my sister, she went through the same thing. I told you all that my niece was murdered. She's my sister. Tiffany is my sister. Not through blood, but through God. I've been knowing this young lady since I was 15 years old. We formed a bond, a sisterhood. and I've been there since before she had kids, and she had a total of 3. Tamarie was her firstborn, which was killed on July 31st at a block party, which shook us all. Her son was murdered in a drive-by at his grandmother's house, at her mom's house. And that was 9.5 years ago. And it's a sad, 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 sad thing. You all have been following me and knows what's going on. So I'm going to play this little clip. Tiffany will be on the show on Wednesday for Peachy News. Peachy News will be all about Tiffany, Tamarie, TJ, and Tamaria, which is her son that is still living. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to play this clip, and then we're going to go ahead and play our motivation. Here we go.
A Broken Mother's Cry is the title of this story. So, Tiffany, tell us a little bit about your story. Why are we here today?
We are here today because I had had to bury 2 of my children due to the violence that's going on in our communities. And the first was in 2012. My son, he was 12 years old. He was at his grandparents' house, sleeping at night, and somebody came by and did a drive-by shooting, and he lost his life at 12 years old in 2012. And then I get a call July 31st of 2021. And my daughter, she was yet killed by gun violence in this city. And I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. Like, this has got to stop. We have to want more. We have to want more for ourselves. We have to want more for our communities. We have to want more for our children. We have to want more. We have to do better as a whole.
So can you tell us on today, how are you coping with losing 2 children to gun violence?
I'm so broken. I'm so broken. It has really, really broken me down. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with the community. I'm frustrated with the police. I'm frustrated with the mayor. I'm frustrated with everybody in this community. I'm just frustrated. And it's a battle. It's a battle, and it's a struggle. Just every second, just to wake up, it's a struggle. To go to sleep, it's a struggle. It's taking a toll on me, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's just taking such a toll on me, and it's just weighing on me so heavy.
Okay. So what improvements would you like to see within the community with all this gun violence that is going on within our community at this day and time?
I want to see people in the community actually making an effort to quit talking about speaking up and speaking out, but just do it. Just do it. Do it for our children. I want to see our communities cleaned up. I want to see them using this money that they got for the city of Saginaw to actually build up our communities for our children, to find something safe for them to do. And let's create safe environments for our children. Our children shouldn't have to not attend different venues, whether it's going to the movies or going skating. They should be offered a safe environment no matter what it is that they are doing. But at no time should they feel like they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or they're just going to the movies and they're fighting for their lives. Like, we need to do better as a whole. We need to provide safe environments for our children, in our communities just as a whole. And I feel like that the police officers, they should start coming out into the communities, actually getting to know the people that live in the community. Get out your police cars, walk the streets, get to know the people on the block, get to know the people within that community. And then you will have a better response from the community when it comes time for murders to be solved, or just helping out within the community as a whole. You will have so much more input far as from the community's help and assistance if you would do better and do your part to make people feel safe to be able to connect with law enforcement. And I just need help. I want help. Anybody that can help, the mayor, whatever you can do to help this. Like, you grew up in this community. These are our streets. So what are you going to do about it to help make sure that they're safe? For everyone to be able to walk around and just live life in just in peace.
So if you could address and say one or two things to the mayor, to the police, to our community, what would it be? What would you like to address to them on today?
I want them to help. I'm a mother. I'm crying out for help in our community. We have to do better. We have to stop talking about it, and we have to be about
it. All right, y'all. That's what my sister had to say. She did have more to say. If you want to go look at the video in its entirety, go on my Facebook page and you will be able to see the video in its entirety. Tiffany will be a guest on my show. I really hate to call her a guest. She's been on here before, not under these circumstances. For those that's looking at her like, oh, she looks familiar. Yes, Tiffany was on my previous platform and she did a segment for domestic violence. She has her own platform for domestic violence. My sister done been through a lot. And my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to my brother Tamaris just as well. But once again, she will be here with me on Wednesday. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I know it's going to be a bunch of tears. So make sure y'all have y'all tissue together. And I have a special surprise for her just as well that I'm going to present to her on Peachy News. And when I tell y'all what I got for her is going to be something that she will be able to have for the rest of her life. For the rest of her life. So I hope you all come back and join us on Wednesday. Tiffany Owens, the mother of Tamaria Stewart, the mother of Tamaris Stewart Jr. I'm sorry, y'all. It's hard. This is so hard for me to believe. So hard. When we did the rally, which was for Tamaria, it was so hard. We're going to go into our motivation. We're going to go into our motivation. Going through tough times. This is for everybody out there in New Orleans, Mississippi, Houston, all over the outskirts, all of y'all. This for y'all, no matter what. Here we go.
For somebody going through tough times, for somebody struggling just to keep your head above water. You're trying, but things don't seem to be quite working out the way you planned. You thought you'd be in a different place at this season in your life, but you're still suffering.
You have no say-so in what happens to you, but you have a say-so in what you do about it. You have a determining voice into where your life can go. See, life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it. You get a setback. You get thrown off course. You lost your mama. That's dirt. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. You need dirt on you to develop, because dirt ain't just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer. Dirt is nutrient. Dirt gives you the strength for your seed to push through. You gotta have dirt on you to push through something. Everything you see that's beautiful starts out as a seed, but that seed got to get dirt on it. You got to have dirt on you to grow into what life got for you.
The only thing I want from you is that every single day when uncertainty creeps in, I need you to get up and I need you to go heavy on it. In the midst of opposition, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of adversity, when you taste a little bit of blood and something happens that you didn't expect to happen, I need you to go heavy on it.
You gotta be willing to go after your stuff. You gotta be willing to go after whatever has got your name on it. Sometimes you gotta fight your way over. Sometimes you gotta fight your way through. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, listen, I ain't got nobody else to encourage us right now. It's just me and you. But I'm telling you, you're the head and not the tail. And I'm fighting for me, or my house, or my children, or my brothers, or my sisters, or my husband, or my vision, or my dream. I'm gonna stand right here, and I ain't giving up my children. I'm not giving up my money. No, I'm standing. You can't keep quitting your whole life. You can't keep backing up, and you can't keep fainting, taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. After a while, there ought to be something in our lives that we stand through. Sicknesses that you stood through, struggles that you stood through, weaknesses that you stood through, crises that you stood through, pressures that you stood through. That is where character is developed. That's what defines our destiny when you are in the middle of transition.
All right, y'all. That was definitely self-explanatory. We're going to go ahead, bring my babies on. Please, 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 please. I cannot stress it enough. Please come back on Wednesday for our show, Peachy News, with our special Peachy, Tiffany Owens, my sister, my friend. It's not going to be easy, y'all. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be easy. But one thing I know for sure, 2 things for certain, we will get through it. So here we go.
Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time.